making too many pointful choices. These families must be our priority. Our number one focus must be to get Californians working again. Our economic woes and our budget deficits will not be fixed until the job market recovers, until the unemployment rate falls, and until the spirit of entrepreneurship is restored across our state. Californians are hurting, and we've all heard the frustration in their voices when they say that state government isn't focusing on the things that will provide help to get us out of this crisis. We were all sent here to do a job. We must roll up our sleeves and get that job done. We need to focus on strategies that promote high-paying, high-skilled jobs and restore the essential middle class. We must be innovative and seek new ideas and opportunities. We can't just rely on old traditional methods of job creation. This is the 21st century. Above all else, we must be open-minded and creative in setting an environment in which our economy can thrive. Each of you knows of innovative success stories. Let's share those stories and spread them widely across our state. Here's one example. A community college in Massachusetts recently initiated a public-private partnership that allows students in their nursing and allied health programs to shorten the time spent in school by guaranteeing access to the classes they need to graduate. This is a win for the students who move into good-paying jobs sooner. It's good for the college because they can help more students enter the job market more quickly. And it's good for the state, which gets badly needed healthcare professionals on an accelerated basis. In that spirit, I'm pleased to announce that I've been talking with Chancellor Jack Scott of the community college system to see how a similar program can be established here in California. And I've introduced AB 2385 to that effect. That's the first innovation that I'm personally putting into the mix. But we don't need to all embrace the same philosophy to address the same problem. In fact, our differences may lead to the most innovative outcomes as long as we listen to each other and keep our minds open to new ideas. We're absolutely capable of setting aside our differences and coming together to produce solutions for the people of California, as we have many times this past year. One of my first bills, as many of you know, was one to clean up the tap water in the city of Maywood. And when that bill was first heard, more than 24 of my constituents boarded a bus at midnight to attend a hearing here in Sacramento the next day. These people didn't have much hope, as they'd long been frustrated by the inaction. But in the end, members of both parties came together, joined me, and my constituents were rewarded with bipartisan support and the governor's signature on a bill that will lead to clean water in the city of Maywood. And last year, during the height of the fiscal crisis, our state was forced to issue IOUs for only the second time since the Great Depression. One of my colleagues from the other side of the aisle, Mr. Anderson, felt that people who received IOUs should be able to use those same IOUs in lieu of payments they owed the state. I thought that was a common sense idea and worked with Democrats and Republicans in supporting this sensible proposal. In both instances, members of this House recognized there was a problem, and we came together to support a solution without regard to which side's proposal it was. As we confront the enormous challenges facing California in the next year, that's exactly the spirit of bipartisan cooperation and common purpose we need to embrace if we're to succeed. For my part, I want every member of this chamber, Democratic and Republican, to know that I value you, your service, and your dedication to making this place better for all Californians. As your Speaker, my role must be to enable each of you to be the best representatives to your constituents. To that end, my door will always be open to each of you. Let me be clear. This is true for my Republican colleagues as well as my Democratic colleagues. Your ideas deserve to be heard and considered, as do the ideas of the majority. And to my friends in the minority party, believe me when I tell you this, I know what it's like to be a minority. Now, in keeping with my comments and to be a full partner with all members, and because I understand that actions speak louder than words, I want you to know that when I name the new committee leadership in the next few days, I'll be appointing 2 Republicans to serve as committee chairs. As we embrace this new spirit of working together and hopefully increasing the respect we have for one another, one issue that we must absolutely approach together is reform. In addition to focusing on solving our budget crisis and creating jobs, I want this to be a year of reform, real reform. I envision a 3-pronged attack. There are reforms that the people in their wisdom must vote on. For example, I believe that California's budget should be approved by a simple majority vote, just like 47 other states and the federal government. As history has shown us, time and time again, if the people lose confidence in the majority party, that party will soon find itself in the minority. Now, there are also reforms the legislature can adopt on a bipartisan, bicameral way, and we'll be finalizing some of those proposals in the next couple of days. However, some reforms must be made immediately. I've already announced that the budget will not be written behind closed doors in the Big Five meetings. A full budget committee and subcommittee process will ensure all members get to participate, and that there's time for the public to have their input and for independent review of our proposals. Hearings will be held around the state so that everyday Californians will have the opportunity to look us in the eye and tell us how our budget proposals will affect their lives. And more importantly, they'll have a chance to offer new ideas to us. We will broadcast our budget hearings and deliberations on the web and where possible on television. Posting information on the internet will make it easy for Californians to view the budget, see our proposals for themselves, and evaluate the impact on their lives. Now, I'm a big believer in technology, but sometimes we need a little help in limiting its reach. Another essential reform we must make immediately is to limit the use of certain technology on the floor and in committee hearings. Starting today, text messages from lobbyists are banned while we're on this floor or in committee doing the people's business. California. Did you just get a text? Californians expect us to pay full attention to the issues and to each other, and they deserve to know who's involved in the debate. They need not worry that special interest lobbyists are secretly sending messages of opposition or support to us while we deliberate. At each of these levels, with the voters, with our Senate colleagues, and within our own House, we must work together to produce a package of reforms that each and every one of us can be proud of and that allow us to serve our constituents better. We can do much this year if we're creative and open to new ideas and new reforms. This is a unique opportunity to do great things for our Golden State if we rise to the challenge together. Members, I've been privileged to serve with you. You've asked me to be your leader, and I intend to lead as you expect me to, boldly, creatively, and decisively. And after whatever period of months or years, when it's my turn to step down as Speaker, hand over the gavel, I intend to look back and say that we delivered, that we put California to work, that we fixed the broken budget system and helped restore the trust and the confidence of the people in this great institution, that we did the kind of job that an awestruck and reverent 16-year-old kid who stood in this room not long ago, not daring to dream that he could be here, would be proud of, that we simply worked together to do the people's business. This is a huge challenge, a complex challenge, an historic challenge, but we're equal to the task. So let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. Thank you.